The following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting at Western Illinois University.
Up next on News 3, the controversy over a local election continues in Macomb. Candidate Steve Whalen versus city and council officials. We'll tell you what happened today in court. And the second theft in a year. The Courier reports another case of stolen newspapers. News 3's Rachel Stibing has the latest on the investigation. And it seems to be warming up for good. Find out what it'll look like this weekend if you're planning on being outdoors. News 3's Nicholas Stewart has the full weather forecast coming up now.
Welcome to News 3 Live at 4. News with Jessica Adduci and with Chris Lovingood. Sports with Gabriel McDonagh and weather forecasts from our team of meteorology students at Western Illinois University. News 3 starts right now.
Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 4. I'm Jessica Adduci.
And I'm Chris Lovingood. We've learned a decision will be made next week regarding a lawsuit filed by a local candidate for Alderman.
Candidate for Ward 2, Steve Whalen, appeared in court today. His legal counsel says he should have been declared the winner in Macomb's February election over his opponent, Kay Hill. Whalen won with 17 votes to Hill's 16, but city and county officials say he just didn't have enough votes. Officials say he needed 50% of the vote plus one to be declared winner, and he came up just half a vote shy. However, city code doesn't specify candidates must have 50% plus one to win, so Whalen is contesting the results.
Whalen's court case was shorter than expected, lasting less than 30 minutes this morning. Judge Rodney Clark questioned both the plaintiff and defendant in the courtroom, asking whether incumbent Kay Hill should be present while hearing the case. Judge Clark presented a Supreme Court case along with several appellate cases that required the opponent be present at court hearings. The case will continue Monday when Kay Hill appears in court as a defendant. The hearing is scheduled for Monday at 10 a.m. We'll have a reporter inside the courtroom. Log on to News3's WIU.com for updates. You can also check our Facebook page and Twitter for continuing coverage. Longtime film critic Roger Ebert has passed away at the age of 70 years old. Ebert had been battling cancer since 2002. In 2006, Ebert had his jaw removed from complications of thyroid cancer treatment. Despite losing his voice from the surgery, Ebert still wrote film reviews for the Chicago Sun-Times that were syndicated for more than 200 newspapers worldwide. He was the first film critic to win a Pulitzer Prize for criticism and fame for his thumbs up, thumbs down reviews.
And another case of stolen papers has hit WIU's student newspaper, the Western Courier. A similar theft happened last semester and it has yet to be solved. So will the case also become cold? News 3's Rachel Stibing has more on the investigation.
In September, over 1,000 issues of the Western Courier were stolen after a controversial SGA story was headlined. This past Friday, it happened again.
They weren't at the Union at either rack, they weren't at the library, and I believe some of the residence halls they were taken from.
Staff at the Courier reported the incident to police to try to prevent this from happening again.
I don't think most people know that stealing the Courier is a theft. I mean, it says in page 2 of our news section, 1 copy per student. We made sure to put that in there.
Although no one was caught for the September theft, this case had a different outcome. On Sunday, an individual went into OPS and turned themselves in.
There was someone who came into our office and admitted that they were the ones that had done that.
Police had already been following some clues, but say witnesses were the key in this investigation.
Somebody had seen the person do this, and while they didn't directly report it to us, it wound up getting reported to us, and then we went and spoke with the witness.
Reports are now sent to the state attorney's office, and possible charges will be given from there. For News 3, I'm Rachel Stibing.
Police urge anyone who witnesses a crime to stop at the Office of Public Safety or submit an anonymous tip to Crime Stoppers.
An important person in Macomb's history celebrated his birthday Wednesday. Members of the community gathered at Chandler Park for General Macomb's 231st birthday. A reenactment was done of the War of 1812, a war that made General Macomb a hero to the town. Old muskets and weapons were on display, and of course, you can't forget birthday cake. Macomb was named after the general when it was founded in the 1830s.
We have an idea for your next tweet on Twitter. Monday kicked off the Think Purple Twitter contest. Just tweet or share a picture of you practicing the university's core values: academic excellence, educational opportunity, personal growth, and social responsibility. Remember to hashtag #ThinkPurple and hashtag core values. Each week, someone will win $20 to the university bookstore. The grand prize winner will win $400 to the bookstore at the end of the event, which is May 7th. And we're seeing more people in just sweatshirts, and some people even brought out their shorts today. But will these nice temperatures stick around? News 3's Nicholas Stewart is here to tell us if we can expect more sun and warmer weather this weekend. Nicholas?
Yeah, get out and enjoy the weather while you can. It's absolutely amazing outside right now. Very sunny skies outside as we look outside in downtown Macomb. Blue skies persisted throughout the day. Currently 57 degrees. Very dry out there, only a 24% humidity, and also a very light wind. So upcoming with the forecast, it'll be a rainy and also a very mild weekend upcoming. So while you can always have to balance them out, you can't always get the warm and the dry conditions, unfortunately. And we're also looking, is spring here to stay? We'll find out in the full forecast in just a couple minutes.
Thanks, Nicholas. With the warmer weather comes landscape maintenance for the spring season. The maintenance will start with burrs and other plants with herbicides. The areas that will be treated will be marked with the white flags for at least 24 hours. The university is asking that these marked areas be avoided until spray applications have dried.
Calling all mothers, this weekend is Mom's Weekend at Western Illinois. Events planned for the weekend include a spa day, yoga and Pilates classes, and even a cupcake battle. Other various indoor and outdoor activities will be taking place around the campus all weekend long. For a full list of events and their descriptions, search Mom's Weekend on the WIU website. And April is Sexual Violence Awareness Month. To recognize every individual who has endured sexual violence, the WIU Women's Cultural Center is sponsoring a t-shirt design session tomorrow. Come out between noon and 2 in the Multicultural Center, room 209. All t-shirts will be made by those who are survivors or honoring someone that has died due to sexual abuse.
Comedy and magic collide this Friday night. The Chipper Experience show with the Lowell family features magic, juggling, comedy, and audience participation. The show will be in the University Union at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Tickets are $15 for the public and $10 for WIU employees, senior citizens, and youth. WIU students are free with their student ID card. And Western Illinois has awarded 2 students with the Centennial Honor Scholarship. The scholarship covers 4 years of tuition fees and a residence hall room at the school. Madeline Olznik said she will likely major in history at Western. Duncan Gingrich has not yet decided on a major. High school students with an ACT score of 32 or higher and a grade point average of 3.5 or higher are eligible for the scholarship. And last night, the members of the National Broadcasting Society were initiated into their chapter after joining in September. National Broadcasting Society is a student and professional society of more than 80 chapters on college, university, community college, and high school campuses. Professor Sam Edzall says he is proud of each member in the WIU NBS chapter, as he knows being an active member takes a lot of hard work and time commitment. The initiation was followed by a celebration of cake as the members socialized on this year's past events.
The McDonagh County Transit Center is finally complete. U.S. Transportation Secretary Rayla Hood, Mayor Mike Inman, and Western Illinois University President Jack Thomas spoke Monday about the multi-million-dollar center. The trio spoke proudly of their new center, which was completed a month ahead of schedule. The opening of the center marks a whole new era for the public transportation program. And in Leatherneck News, a musical entrepreneur is stopping by Western next Monday at 6 o'clock. Martin Atkins, who you may know from the band 9 Inch Nails, has been a force in the music industry since 1979. He's been a member of more than 10 bands, formed 2 record labels, and has spoken at big-time music festivals such as the Warped Tour. The Chicago resident will focus on the business side of band life and his new book, Band Smart. We'll have full coverage of the event. Check out News3's WIU.com for more detail.
Western Illinois University is celebrating the career of a longtime professor in the Department of Broadcasting. Professor Pat Stout has been teaching at WIU for the past 30 years and will retire on May 31st. He has been an academic advisor and a performance and broadcast news writing instructor in the Department of Broadcasting since its formation in 2005. He's worked at the university for 30 years. A special reception will be held for Stout on May 3rd from 3 to 5 o'clock at the WIU Multicultural Center. And students, families, friends are preparing to walk straight through the night. WIU worked with Colleges Against Cancer to organize this year's Relay for Life. The annual walk raises support and money to help fund cancer research. This event will take place on campus next Friday. Individuals can register online for $10 at the Relay for Life of WIU.
Western is working to prevent the spread of HIV and AIDS by offering testing for both diseases. From 9 to 4, free HIV/AIDS testing will be provided in the Union first floor conference lobby. A maximum of 12 seats will be given per hour, so arrive early to reserve a spot.
And it's that time again for your pet of the week. This week's animal is a sweet cat named Vanna. Vanna is a gentle but shy kitty that was a stray and was dropped off at the shelter by someone in town. Vanna is a domestic short-haired calico tabby cat with stripes, and the shelter thinks she is between the ages of 3 and 4. Since she's been at the shelter, Vanna has received her feline distemper. Although this cat is shy at first, once she warms up to you, she is a sweet and playful girl. Vanna has been in the shelter since February 7th and needs to find a good home very soon. If you have any questions on today's pet or any of the other animals, feel free to contact the McDonagh County Animal Shelter. Remember that these animals need your help in finding a good home, so please choose to adopt.
When we come back, we'll let you know about a new gun law that's being passed in Connecticut.
And North Korea has made it yet another threat towards the United States.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. Fact is, if you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. 1 in 5 Americans is likely to develop a form of skin cancer during their lifetime. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. It could be the save of a lifetime. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
If you could see anything in the world, what would it be?
I'd love to see Paris.
I like to see cupcakes falling from the sky.
My daughter, married and happy.
I want to see things the way I used to.
Chances are, someone you love may one day be affected by macular degeneration or glaucoma. Log on to seeabettertomorrow.org or call 1-800-437-2423 to learn about glaucoma and macular degeneration. Call 1-800-437-2423 or log on to seeabettertomorrow.org.
I just want to see more of the things I love.
This morning, Connecticut signed a new law that will ban several weapons and sales of purchases of high-capacity magazines. Governor Daniel Malloy signed the bill that will ban more than 100 types of guns. The bill will also require background checks even at gun shows. With the bill officially signed, Connecticut has become the 3rd state to pass strict guns legislation after the December shooting rampage at an elementary school in Newtown.
All eyes are on North Korea as more threats of attacks on the U.S. As CNN's Barbara Starr reports, it's a battle of threats versus reality of what they can pull off.
North Korea's threat to attack the U.S. with what it calls cutting-edge, smaller, lighter, and diversified nuclear strike means.
And some of the actions they've taken over the last few weeks present a real and clear danger and threat to the interests, certainly, of our allies, starting with South Korea and Japan, and also the threats that the North Koreans have leveled directly at the United States regarding our base in Guam.
The Pentagon is now sending this missile defense system to that base in Guam, 2,000 miles east of the Korean Peninsula. North Korea may not be able to attack the U.S. with a nuclear-tipped missile, but it can reach 28,000 U.S. troops in South Korea. So far, U.S. intelligence satellites have not picked up any unusual troop movements by the North. But one very real concern, North Korea's mobile ballistic missiles. They can instantly launch with no advance warning. Joseph Detrani, a U.S. intelligence expert on North Korea, says this time the talk of war is worrisome.
But they must realize now they've gone beyond the pale by threatening the United States with a preemptive nuclear strike.
Detrani says Kim Jong-un may be listening to hardliners telling him to escalate tensions in hopes of then getting concessions on sanctions.
And I think Kim Jong-un is listening to people who are giving him some very bad advice.
The fundamental problem remains lack of intelligence. The U.S. simply doesn't know how close North Korea is to a nuclear warhead and being able to put that nuclear warhead on top of a missile. If they can do that and they can deliver that weapon to a target, that changes everything. Barbara Starr, CNN, the Pentagon.
The U.S. has already moved 2 warships and a sea-based radar platform closer to the Korean Peninsula to monitor possible missile activity.
Even though the official first day of spring was over 2 weeks ago, we are just now beginning to see the warm weather.
After the break, Nicholas Stewart will have the full weather forecast to let you know if the spring temperatures are here to stay.
At what age is the color that your skin was meant to be no longer beautiful? Every year, millions of young women try to change the skin they were born with and say they die for darker skin. Sadly, some actually do. Melanoma is the second most common cancer in teens and young adults, and 1 person dies from melanoma every hour. Change your thinking, not your skin. Stop tanning. Learn more at spotskincancer.org. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Something's not right. My first symptoms were
constant tingling in my toes.
double vision. They said you have multiple sclerosis.
Kind of had to get a grasp on reality.
I had to adapt and change very rapidly.
We had to learn how to drive with my hands. Yeah, that was interesting.
A symptom may cause you not to be able to do that anymore. And at one point, I wasn't able to do any of those.
Since I've been cycling, it's definitely helped my walking.
It's a fantastic opportunity to be working together with a common goal of curing MS, and sharing is the key.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That moment?
It was a moment that changed my life. I'd been training with my team for months, and now we had been called up for the first time. The real deal. Wildfires were getting dangerously close to homes. At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at NationalGuard.com.
I'm a big believer in the power of we. We can tackle the tough challenges we face and build community through service and volunteering. It's time for you to raise your hand. Go to serve.gov and get involved in something you believe in.
How will you raise your hand when they call your name?
Are you with me?
We weren't born to follow.
Yeah, beautiful conditions out there right now in Macomb. Currently 57 degrees, fairly dry out there, 24% humidity. Also very light wind, northwest at 7 miles per hour. As we look across the region, you can see very warm temperatures across our entire area. 59 in Chicago, Wichita here, or Kansas City, currently 61 is the warm spot in the region. And across the nation, you can see Phoenix, Arizona, 86 degrees is our current national high. As we check a look at the radar, you can see that kind of the heavier rainfall that's staying well to our south isn't going to affect us. But if you look up in Iowa, a little disturbance coming through, be a cold front coming through. Because of the dry conditions here, we're not expecting any rainfall, even cloud cover, as it comes through. Across the nation, you can see very quiet across our area. Tornado watch currently in Florida. A few strong tornadoes are possible around the Miami-Dade area. Currently as our surface, as you can see outside, very clear conditions, very bright blue skies. The entire state cloud-free. But as you can look off to Iowa, you can see this cold front that's coming through. There's also the reason for our warm temperatures. It's all bringing it all up north. And as the cold front passes through tonight, you can see it'll come through right around 1 or 2 a.m. It'll make tonight fairly cool, but again, very clear conditions through our area. And more of the same tomorrow as temperatures begin to rise, clear skies. But we're looking for the possibility of a wet weekend ahead. You can see some showers and thunderstorms on Saturday. This is about 1 p.m. And rainfall totals off one of our computer models, jumping the rainfall up to maybe an inch and a half for some portions just off to our north. But for tonight, we can expect mostly clear skies, be light winds, and it'll also be very cold, 34 degrees currently, with the wind switching from the southwest to the northwest as the cold front passes through. More of the same tomorrow. It'll be mostly sunny, light winds, and mild, 59 degrees. And for the extended forecast, man, it finally looks like spring. 70 degrees by Saturday. Unfortunately, rain will accompany both Saturday through the weekend and into Tuesday.
Well, thanks for that, Nick. Really appreciate it. I think it's been beautiful weather outside. I think I actually saw some people throwing around a baseball.
I know, me too, Chris, and I think that's probably because it's baseball season, and I couldn't be more excited. How about you, Gabe?
Exactly. Cubs and White Sox were both in action yesterday. We'll have highlights and much more coming up in sports.
It is so easy to give back.
I don't have a lot of money to help people, but I do have something. I have time.
Get up and do something. Just imagine how strong a society we could be.
Every one of us has a role to play in making our communities and our country stronger. Discover yours. Help us continue to make a difference in the life of our nation. Go to serve.gov and find the opportunity that works for you. And this message is brought to you by the Corporation for National and Community Service.
Stop. Whether it's on the way to school, at school, or online, bullying has become a non-stop threat to our youth today. Is your child being bullied? The National Runaway Switchboard can help. If you're having a hard time, get online or call to chat now.
Welcome back. In hockey, the Blackhawks had 2 days off after their shootout victory against the Predators on Monday, and they will face off against central opponent St. Louis Blues tonight. Hawks coach Joel Quenneville said forward Patrick Kane, who missed yesterday's practice with an illness, is expected to play tonight alongside Marian Hossa, who returns tonight after missing 6 games with an upper body injury. Despite Hossa's return, Patrick Sharp will miss his 12th straight game tonight with an upper body injury as well, but he said yesterday that he is close to returning. Puck drop is scheduled for 7:30 p.m. tonight from the United Center. Tom Thibodeau had a reason to be smiling yesterday after signing a 4-year contract extension earlier this week to stay with the Bulls as they were taking on the Wizards in the nation's capital. Bulls currently in the 6th spot, trailing half a game behind the Atlanta Hawks in the Eastern Conference standings. Pick it up, 2 minutes left. Bulls down 2. Nate Robinson gets some. Tied it up right there. Now tied at 86 with just under a minute left, and it's John Wall on the drive. Kicks it to the net, kicks it to Okafor for the slam. Bulls, though, had a chance for the winner. Under a minute left now. Jimmy Butler No good. Rebounded by the Wizards. Bulls would go on to lose 90-86 over in D.C. Bulls look to rebound as they take on Darren Williams and the Brooklyn Nets tonight, where tip-off is scheduled for 6 p.m. In baseball, we have the White Sox, who took on the Kansas City Royals yesterday afternoon over at the Cell. Adam Dunn leads off the second inning right here, and just like he did multiple times last year, see ya. Solo blast for Adam Dunn right there, puts the Sox up early 1-0. Next inning now, it's the Sox again. Tyler Flowers getting in on the action as he takes Irvin Santana deep for another solo shot to left, his second of the year. Later on, 1 on and 2 out for Dion Viciedo as he pelts one to left. Can it go? Can it go? Here comes Alex Gordon. No. Just shy of that, Alex Gordon unable to come up with the robbery. 2-run home run for for Flowers right there as they go on to win by a score of 5-2. The Sox were also in action earlier today against the Royals, where they fell by a score of 3-1. The Sox will open a 3-game stint against the Mariners this weekend as the first game kicks off tomorrow at 7 p.m. The Cubs were also in action last night, taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates, where Edwin Jackson made his pitching debut for the Cubs. Bottom of the fourth, and Pirates star Andrew McCutchen lifts one to left field. That'll be a double right there. He had a good series against the Cubs, and that'll score Garrett Jones all the way from first. Pirates take an early lead. Still now in the fourth, Gabby Sanchez up to bat, and it's Starlin Castro unable to come up with that. McCutchen comes in to score 2-0 Pirates. Bottom 7 now, and it's Clint Barnes up to bat for the Pirates as he slams a ground rule double past Soriano over in left field. A double right there, and the Pirates are in business. And now it's the Pirates up again, and that's just past the diving Castro over in the left field. 3-0 victory for the Pirates, pick up their first win of the season, and it was an all-Pirates event right there. The Cubs, however, did play the rubber match of this series earlier today against the Pirates, where they won 3-2 off a great pitching performance by Travis Wood. And now the Cubs have a quick turnaround as they will be traveling to take on the Atlanta Braves tomorrow to start a 3-game stint, where first pitch is scheduled for 6:30 p.m. So guys, baseball season is back intact, but I'm looking forward to college basketball this weekend. Final Four matchup on Saturday should be a doozy.
Thanks, Gabe. Yes, it should be really exciting. I think we have a lot to look forward to in sports.
Absolutely.
I'd say so. Coming up, sometimes our dogs are the ones who take us on a walk.
But not this time. We'll see the unlikely furry friend taking this dog on a walk after the break.
And now, another adventure with Savings Man.
Look, honey, the neighbors just bought a big screen TV.
Hey, I just got a bonus at work. Maybe we should get one too.
Hold on there.
Savings Man.
Using your bonus to secure your future by paying down debt or saving is a better way to go.
Well, I declare you're right, Savings Man.
Stay ahead by choosing to save. And don't worry about keeping up with the Joneses.
But their name is Johnson.
For more tips and tools, visit choosetosave.org today.
For others, it may have just been a summer job. But for me, it was training. Now I'm an Air Force pararescueman, and my job is to save lives. Make the right choices today, and be ready for the challenges tomorrow. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Winston, just one more inning, Grandma.
Ever notice how many things today kids can do without actually moving? A whole lot of things their parents used to do the hard way. So many kids' activities today seem to leave out the activity part, which makes exercise even more important for children. In fact, new research tells us the best time to enhance bone development is during childhood and adolescence. And just getting children to walk an extra 35 minutes a day could spare them the pain of thinning bones later in life. Healthy bones come from healthy habits. Encourage your kids to get up, get out, and get moving.
Hello.
Hey, Grandma, how about another grape soda? A public service message on building strong bones for kids from the Pediatric Orthopedic Society of North America and the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
An online video is giving a new meaning to a cat and a dog relationship.
It's definitely not something you see every day. As you can see, this cat is in charge and not joking around.
The cat takes his dog on a walk, even leading him up a flight of stairs.
Just a reminder, we will not be live at 4 next week.
We will have a recording of the show on news3wiu.com.
That's all the time we have this afternoon. For Gabriel and McDonagh, I'm Chris Lovingood.
And for Nicholas Stewart, I'm Jessica Adduci. Have a great day.